daddies, metal daddies, metal daddies, metal daddies.
Welcome back to Death Metal Daddies. My name is Jeff,
Hi, hi.
and we
Silas.
got a we got a great episode today because we got a lot of new good music.
Go ahead.
Just an eventful time. But first, before we get into any of that, uh, hey Silas, how have you been? How you been?
Oh, pretty good, man. Sorry. Just trying to herd this cat. Um, I've been good, dude. Tons of new music. Music's been crazy. Albums are just seem to popping off.
Yeah,
Popping off album time. It's tough time to be a metal band, I think, for most bands, I'd say. I've been good though. I've been it's full swing deer season, man. I've been getting some action and missing some action. And it's been fun, exciting. It's been painfully slow and well, just really it sucked, man. I've had missed shots. I've had a shot that in a deer I didn't recover. It's been tough. Yeah.
yeah,
Um, NFL's cool. NFL's been a lot of fun. Um,
oh yeah.
well, sort of kind of not really for probably my team as much as your team, but uh yeah, dude, I don't know. I kind of want to delve into hunting, but I've been going out a lot for bow. I did some public land. I have two stands, there. So Collins, I've been kind of communicating with him a lot this season, and we've been kind of more texting back and forth than linking up. We've only met up once, and that was a night he came up to hunt Saline Valley, and a night I was hunting Saline. And I had showed him, sent the marker of where stand two is. I have the pond stand and stand two, and I sent him. He knows both locations. He can use them anytime. I told him, I don't really care. So I can't hunt him as much as I'd like to, but anyways, um, so he was going out to hunt one night, and he was going to hunt stand two location, and he goes out there and he like took an e-bike because stand two it's like a mile deep on public, and he takes his e-bike out there, he parks it, he locks it up to a tree or something, and just continues to walk up because he's got a saddle set up, so he just carries his sticks and like a platform on his back. He could just set up in a tree, whatever that he finds. And so, anyways, he's going to set stand two, and I guess he walked up to it and seen a guy sitting in my stand. I was like, I was at the pond stand. I went out the same night. I went out early. It was like 2 p.m. And I was like, you know what? I don't know. It felt like a pond stand kind of day. I was going to try some rattling. I chopped down the buck antlers I got from last year, and hooked them up to a string and just to use them for rattles. I've never really tried it, so I wanted to get into that and try it. Tried it, didn't work, didn't do shit. So I was like, well, I might move on. And he's like, just FYI, there's a total stranger sitting in your stand. I'm just like, are you fucking kidding me? Of course, that is my luck. Just some random ass guy in my stand. I'm like, motherfucker, dude. So I had mixed emotions about it. And there's a lot of conversation online about it on some pages that I follow, and it's like, well, it's public land, that's what happens when it's like, yeah, but that's my property. I mean, and just because you see a stand doesn't mean you should sit in it, but I'm kind of guilty of it myself. I've done some scouting, and I believe it was late season last year, and it was late season though, it's not like pre-rifle, it's not really hot deer activity. And I found a random stand, and I decided to sit in it one night. So I'm definitely guilty of doing this, but so like I said, I had mixed emotions. I could kind of understand, but it's like, how did this guy know where my stand was? And did he really just trek a mile deep? I've never seen this truck in this, parks in the same access as me. Never seen the truck there before. He just happened to park in that same access and just happened to go a mile deep to where my stand's at and just decide to sit in it. So has he known about it? Has he sat in it multiple times? I didn't know. So I was like, you know what, fuck this. So I left the pond stand when uh Collins texted me that, and I was like, I'm gonna go out there. And so I just headed towards that area. Well, I get to the access and I park right because he like tried to take up the whole space. I parked my fucking truck right next to his, being a dick. And I hike out there, and sure enough, yeah, Collins is right, dude, just sitting in my stand. And I get close now. I'm just like, do I intervene? Do I just let him hunt? What do I do? I still didn't really have a plan. So I was like, you know what, screw it. I'm going to just take advantage of this moment, him hunting there, and I'll hunt behind him. And so I just hunted like 200 yards behind that stand, and just kind of, ninja styled spot and stalk on the ground just to see what I could find. I bumped a doe walking out there that night. Um, and but I crawled around, didn't really see nothing. Didn't sound like he got action either. And I leave after last light. Like I stayed till every single minute I can. Like I'll walk out in the dark. I don't give a shit. But he left before me because as I was leaving, I seen his truck kind of leaving the parking access. So I was like, well, I was hoping I had a chance to at least run into him, hey, what's your name? That's my stand, you know, something. But I didn't get that across, and I haven't been back since. I didn't have really many more hunting opportunities. The most recent was I seen an ad on Facebook for the city of Osage Beach. It said the city park's closed for a managed hunt. I was like, well, shit, I didn't even hear about city of Osage Beach doing a managed hunt. Well, if you go to the city's Facebook page, they have it like, advertised, and they have several locations you can apply for. And it's not even really applying. You just read through this like 21 rule thing that you have to sign and date. And I called this guy that's kind of running the show. He was like, "Yep, you just have to fill out this waiver, give me your, information and conservation number, yada yada. Got to have all the permits, have that, fine." And so I just talked to him over the phone and did all this shit and applied. And I asked him if he had any luck. They had a airport property, a city hall property, and they were doing the city park just last weekend, and it was the only weekend. It's a 92-acre park, so it's like the outskirts of a park. And so I'm sure, hey, it's pretty full of deer at times, but it was only available till 10 a.m. both days on Saturday and Sundays. I was like, I'll try one of the other ones, because airport you could do all day. So I signed up for the airport, not knowing what I was getting into, and I went in there Saturday morning. This was last weekend, and looked for some sign, immediately found a gnarly ass rub, sat right on it. It's like awesome. Did some mild scouting. I, searched the whole kind of area. It's just kind of a little sliver. It really wasn't anything too big, maybe 5 acres, but enough woods that, you could, and I seen scat, and that's a great sign. And that's one of the things that I've been missing out in Saline that I haven't even ran into. So I seen a couple piles of scat. I was like, dude, yeah, deer are here. So anyways, I didn't end up seeing anything that morning, but it kind of told me, well, maybe it's an evening spot. Kind of seems like an evening area. You got the airport right next to you. Literally have freaking, you could smell jet fuel whenever the planes are going off. It's loud as shit. Road right there, right by it. So cars, tons of urban activity. And it's just, I don't know, it's like one of those settings you just picture deer in to be at in the evening. So, anyways, I was like, well, I'll come back this evening. And we had a northwest wind, and it was blowing against my back into this whole kind of just line of timber. And I could see trails and kind of paths with the scat in it on both sides. So to me, it looked like the deer were kind of coming up and just kind of right towards that area. So I got this little pop-up blind from Menards for like 45 bucks. Dude,
Mhm.
hell of a deal. It's a steal, man. If they still have them, or if they have them in your area, I'd highly recommend getting one, unless you already got a blind. Anyways, got the pop-up blind, and I really got it for me and Lux to take Lux out in. I wanted something
Mhm.
I could bring her little lawn chair in. She could cozy up with a blanket, headphones, and a tablet if she wants. Whatever. It's not something she could chill in and not spook the deer. So, or give us a shot at a deer at least. And that was my intention. And so I set it up in the yard. I was like, dude, I could use this thing solo if I wanted to. And that's exactly what I did. So I brought it out to the city property because I don't have a saddle set up that I can just instantly put up sticks and a set in a platform and take down, that day. It's just with my hang on stance, it'd be way too much of a pain in the ass. But so, anyways, sorry, I like to give all the details.
I
But
get it. I understand. It's hunting season. It's exciting.
right, dude. Yeah, I know. Um, so anyways, I'm setting up in this blind and I'm facing this timber where I think the deer are coming. And I mean, dude, I get there at like 3 to 4, 4 o'clock ish. And I'm loud as shit setting up, but yeah, like an hour goes by and 5:30, boom, like clockwork, just how I pictured it. A fucking doe just literally comes crawling right towards me. I was like, I had so much time to prepare. And I just grabbed my bow and I just, put my release on the string and I wait till she gets close enough and she's in that 15, 20 yard range and she just like right across from me, dude, just how you would want it. And it's playing out perfect. Pull back, doom, send an arrow, and she hops and jumps and stops. And I was like, fuck, I missed. And so she just kind of keeps looking at me in the blind. It's like, what the hell was that? And then she just kind of circles back around and like literally takes the same path right across from me. I was like, okay, dude, get your shit together. I literally was able to get another arrow out of my quiver on the string, get my release on, pull back, and she's lined up perfect. Boom. And I hear it smack. And I was like, yes, that is a hit. I hit her for sure. And she instantly just kind of like did this hunched over thing and just starts kind of slow walking, and then she just stops. And I was like, oh yeah, go down. Come on, just go down, fall down, fall down. And she didn't. She just keeps like two-stepping it real slow. Just kind of looks around and then she'll like look down and lick her side. I'm like, oh no, dude. And she just kind of seemed like she was just gonna teeter-totter over, and I just focused on where she was. I was like, all right, I'm gonna have to track this one clearly. And so yeah, I just watched her do that for the 50 yards of my vision that I could of her, and tried to focus on her route. And yeah, man, I picked up it became last light, no more deer came through. I was like, well, I at least want to go get some eyes on the blood. And so I did. I found the first, blood spot, and I just kind of tracked it for a little bit. And then, but I was like, I was debating. I was like, all right, it was an iffy spot of blood. It was a good amount, I thought. And I was like, well, I kind of want to search tonight, but I kind of don't, because if she's just bedded right out there and I push her, it might encourage her to just leave and walk more. So I just did a little bit, but the little bit I did, I got to a point and I heard a deer blow in the distance, and it sounded like it was like it was just a real wet blow, like it was spitting. I was like, man, I bet I hit it long. I was really hyping myself up. I was like, all right, I'll back out. I'll go look in the morning. And by the end of that night, dude, I was 99% sure I was coming home with the deer that next day. I was going to collect her in the morning. I was so positive. I was so happy. And so I go out there the next morning and I bring Lux with me, and for a bow hunt, she could just sit and watch. And she did good. She was a trooper. I mean, we sat for like kind of the first hour. We didn't get out too early. It was like 7-ish. But she just chilled there. She was quiet. She was observant. She did really good. And so we're just sitting there, but then she kind of got bored. And I was like, all right, well, you want to go look for Daddy's deer? And yeah. And so she helped me blood track it. And that what I thought was going to be a easy pickup was just, oh, it became the worst case scenario. But Lux did awesome, man. That's the highlight of it. She even like picked up blood spots that I missed. I was impressed by. I was like, damn, yeah, that is blood. Yeah, that's awesome. And so, anyways, we blood tracked that deer for 150 yards from the site of the shot, and then it's just nothing. It dried up. It just turned to nothing. I was like, son of a bitch. It's just absolute worst case scenario. And it left me with, I had this steep ass hill in the front, or, kind of a creek line. And so I searched, and Lux was kind of tapped out with the morning. It got to be 9:30, 10-ish. And so the deer also, a big important part of this, she crossed the property line, the blood trail did. So it was a church's property. The church office was closed that I called, but it was Sunday, so I was like, well, surely it's in service today. So I went to the church and explained the situation, showed him my permit for the managed hunt thing. I was like, hey, your property borders this airport property. I hunted last night. I shot a doe. I think I have a deer on your property. Can I have recover or can I go recover it or try to? And they were really cool. They were awesome about it, and they let me try. So
You're good.
cat problems. But so yeah, I searched, got permission. I took Lux home after we got permission and decided to go back and like real search it. And I did, man, and I fucking tried. I scanned their almost entire property. They have over 100 acres on it, so or damn near it. I don't know if it's over 100 acres or even at 100, but I know it's pretty good size. And anyways, so I searched the hell out of it. And this also kind of neighbors a YMCA. I'm more hunting the side of a YMCA than I am the side of an airport. It's the wildest shit ever because literally in my blind 20 yards behind me was my truck in the parking section. So it was a weird hunt, but it was really awesome um how it played out, that how quickly it played out how I envisioned. Um it's just one of those situations, man. I searched, I didn't find anything. I actually bumped two does um, during my search, one of which was real slow to kind of move away from me. The other doe jumped away, typical bump. They jump off, but we're also entering mating season, so I don't know if I'm observing them just kind of acting, more interested in males than worrying about people because they kind of drop their guards around this time. They really do. So anyways, one of the does, yeah, was kind of slow to move away from me, but she still moved away and just walked off. I was like, well, maybe that was one of the deer. Maybe she'll live. And but I recovered my arrow. It was for sure a gut shot. Um, Brown ooze, nasty smell stuff. So I hit gut intestine or something. I hope that, she can recover. Deer are very resilient. I've seen videos of a 6-year-old buck with 3 legs and still fucking taking on 2-year-old bucks, sparring and shit. And so, which they're just an incredible species, very resilient, man, very tough animal. But yeah, I did the best that I could, man, and I did not recover. My track was like 2.8 something miles. It was like, yeah, I'm done. Taxed. It was like 2 p.m., 3 p.m. or so whenever I called it quits. But yeah, man, so that's the most recent hunting action over here. Tough loss. It was a tough ass
Yeah.
day, man. Demoralizing, but that's part of it, man.
Yeah, I've had a couple days like that. Because I think we talked about it, where I thought I had a 6 point buck. Uh,
Yeah.
I swear I hit it because I could have swore I saw the little knock, like in its gut, like not its gut, but like right in its ribs, and then I
Hmm.
saw the muscle like kind of like tense up. It turned and ran, sprinted off, but as soon as it got to a certain point, I couldn't see it anymore. So there's that one.
Yeah, it
I
sucked.
searched for about an hour and a half, couldn't find it. And that's the thing that sucks about these woods is that it's very thick and kind of maze-like, so he could go anywhere. There's two trails he could have gone. Both those trails splinter off into four different trails. So he could have
Yeah.
gone anywhere, hoping he didn't die, hoping he comes back, but um I did have more luck this past weekend because it was the youth rifle season. So
Yeah. I seen
we
that.
had we
Go
had drill
Annie.
weekend. Yeah, drill weekend. As soon as I get home, I thought, they're gonna change their mind because Danny was talking about sending with the Christmas tree instead. Come home, Annie. They apparently
Damn.
went to. Yeah, they went to. Well, I get home. Apparently, they went to Bass Pro and got her all new hunting gear. So I
Oh,
came
that's
home. She was
awesome.
in her hunting jacket, new hunting shirt. She's like, "Are you ready, Dad?" I was like, "Oh my God!" I'm so excited.
That's cool.
So
Yeah.
hurried upstairs, changed, grabbed the rifle, went out. Was getting worried because I've also decided to stop using my blind because I feel like I can see better if I'm not in that blind. I'm not as like just peering through one window is like, all right, is anything going over here? All right, nothing. Oh, I think I heard something here. Let me stare at this window for a while. I like kind of just being
Yeah.
out in the open. I can just kind of slowly move around, try to see everything around me, place
Sure.
these sounds a little bit better. So we were doing that, and about right at sunset. We had two deer. I couldn't see them, but I could hear them because there was this big, thick thorn bush. I could hear them on the other side of it. So I told Annie to be quiet. I stood up and just walked a little bit around it, and sure enough, we saw a doe. We got it. It dropped because I guess we got right on its spine. Didn't immediately die, but it did just like drop. So we start walking up to it, and like you said, I didn't think about it until you said it, but it makes more sense. The other doe didn't immediately ran off until we started walking up to it, and then it still was like it wasn't until we walked up to the down doe that it actually fully ran off. But yeah, we
Mm-hmm.
got a doe. She was
That's
excited.
awesome.
Even had her trying to get her more comfortable with everything. So I had her watch me uh, gut it and do all that process, explaining what I'm doing.
How'd
The
she take it?
next, she was fine with it. She's like, "Ew, that's gross." I thought she would be like, like sad because I know she has like a big heart and cares about like creatures and stuff. So I didn't know how this would affect her, but she seemed to be okay with it. She understood, like, you know what, we're gonna get a bunch of meat out of this, and just
Heck
kind of
yeah.
like drilling home, like, it's about respect. You take everything you can. But
Yeah.
we got it. Took it back home, and she helped me butcher it yesterday. I had it hung up, cut off a piece. I would hand it to her. She would take it over to the truck bed where I had this butcher paper, and she would wrap it for me. So it's a good time.
That's
Still,
awesome.
still have yet to get a buck, but I'm gonna try again this weekend. Supposed to get down the cooler temperatures. Already have told Jensen he gets to go with me this
Hmm.
time. Got him some hunting clothes. So it's gonna be a good time.
I've been reading some rut reports. I mean, it gets pretty nerdy. You can go as far as you want to with this shit, but I have been looking at some rut reports, and apparently tomorrow it's supposed to be fucking balls to the wall for deer movement.
Oh,
I
they're
don't know
all
why,
they're all
but yeah,
humping.
it's supposed to be some good action tomorrow. However, there's also been reports that bucks have already been observed locked down with does. And so what that means is, a buck is searching, he's sparring other bucks, and he's just searching for mates during this rut, the rut activity. But like locked down really kind of means that they found that doe that they want, and they're not really going to separate or move away from that doe for a good period of time. So that's kind of unusual to already have that. Usually you don't have that until, late rut or
Rifle
whatever,
season.
whatever. Yeah, more into November for sure. So I don't know, man. With the activity that I've seen around work, like I work at a condo property association, but this place is like a deer haven. I mean, they never get hunted there. It's not like it's down HH, so it's just a very suburban like community, and there's like some, I think, managed hunt zones or areas for residents down HH, but they're very sparse, and I don't think one of them's near us. So anyways, there's tons of deer all the time, and literally there was one day like 2 weeks ago or last week where we seen two bucks moving during broad daylight, like 1 and 2 p.m. One was running down the street. I mean, just we turned a corner and we're going down the street, and he's coming like right at us. I was like, what the fuck is this? And then he just boom, like beelines right into the woods. Weirdest shit ever though. But dude, his neck was just so thick, and he just like sniffing the ground, licking his nose. You could just tell he was all horned up, man. He was just ready to go. But yeah, dude, I don't know. It's exciting, but yeah, I don't know. With that being said, like seeing them in full action like 2 weeks ago, man, I'm kind of worried about rifle. I really hope the movement's still really good, but yeah, I don't know. I just haven't been out a lot, especially for my saline spots, man. I'm wondering what the hell's going on there. I don't know.
Yeah.
And then as I left the pond stand, another depressing thought is I not even maybe 50, 75 yards from the pond stand, I seen the start of another hunter's ladder stand. I'm like, fuck. I thought this stand was sacred. It's like it's on a back end of property there, like it's a hard ass part. It's a special parking access that we've been utilizing. And yeah, man, it's fucking ladder stand 50, 75 yards from the pond stand. I'm like, oh. dude, so upset about that one, but whatever.
Yeah.
That's the trials and tribulations of public land hunting, man.
Yeah. I'm having, since I don't technically own this land, it's my father-in-law's land. I've been having, I wouldn't say exact same issue, but worrisome because I mean, we're out in the middle of nowhere. And I know some people are using his land without asking. Because
Mm,
I've been out hunting and I've been hearing gunshots all the time, like pretty
like on
close.
the land?
It's hard to tell. It's about 300 acres, so it's hard to tell what's
Oh
exactly on the
shit.
land.
Is it
Um,
marked?
I mean, yeah,
Like purple paint?
it's a cattle farm, so it's all fenced in, like barbed
Yeah,
wire.
you should mark it though. Like if there's like the borders of like county roads and stuff, if you got trees, man, throw purple paint on there. I feel like purple paint would do a lot, man, because that's technically the no trespassing sign.
Yeah, it was just hard to tell because it's so big. It's hard to tell if someone could be on your land in and out, or they could be there all day and you never know. But
That's true. That
I mean,
sucks.
I hear it all the time. So it's one of those things like, are people getting the deer I want to get? And it's one of those things like, how
Maybe
deep am I going to go? And then I mean, I know technically it's supposed to, but since I'm like, I'm on private land, do I really need to wear orange? So sometimes I just walk around. So I'm worried like, if I go outside my normal area, am I going to get shot? Kind of thing.
you might. And I mean, out there they might just bury you. They'd probably just try
Yeah,
to get
I
rid of
mean,
you right there.
because they're already not supposed to be there, so they could
Yeah,
probably just like
they're
leave. Like,
poachers, so yeah, it is worrisome, man, for sure. I'd be all on that shit. I would want to develop trails around the edge, the border edge of that land and shit.
mm-hmm.
Fucking set up some trail cams, set up some hidden trail cams in spots where you suspect it. Look for evidence, man. Do you have a four-wheeler?
Mm-mm. But that's the
Oh
thing. I can
fuck.
also see my father-in-law being like, I don't want to. They're on a different part of the property. It's not a. He's a very non-confrontational, doesn't want to deal with it kind of person. Because I
Damn,
think
dude,
before we
that's
moved
300
here,
acres. That's awesome.
yeah, well, it's all like cow, and
Yeah.
it's there's a lot of open fields, but there's a lot of grass and like forest areas, and like that's where I like to go is this giant forest area, and that's why I could still. I have that buck is I have no idea where it could have gone because I kept walking. I was like, I don't even know if I'm on the property anymore.
Hmm.
But after talking with him, like, oh yeah, it makes sense. You're a cattle farmer. You're not just gonna have an open, no fence and just let them go. But
Right.
yeah, it's still fun because at least the one area I'm in, I'm at least figuring out understanding of like, okay, because I understand now where the deer are coming from. There's two paths that they like to come from that the cows have kind of developed over time, so they're always going to come in through these one, two things. So my next out time out there this Sunday, I'm planning on there's a huge downed log. I'm just going to lay up against that way I can see both points of entry. So that's what I'm planning on using.
Hell yeah. Yeah, man, after this little managed hunt thingy that I did on the ground, like the ground game, I'm so much more confident in now, especially with the help of that blind. It worked out so awesome for me. Sorry, I'm trying to get my laptop plugged in here. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know how I'm feeling on my stands. I just haven't been there in so long, but the ground blind is definitely exciting for me. Kind of rejuvenated my season. But yeah, man, it's exciting, dude. I really hope I see something. It sucks because that stand too, before me and Collins found that asshole sitting in my stand, I really kind of developed this. I started to pattern this buck, and he was coming in on evenings around 6 o'clock. I seen him like 2 nights in a row, back to back, and so around that time. But I mean, so much has happened since then. Youth season on public land, guy
Hmm.
sitting in my stand randomly. It's like I don't know, dude. I don't know, but is what it is. I got to roll with the punches. I got to figure out, something. So there's almost 5,000 acres there in Saline Valley. You can't tell me there's going to be a gun hunter on every single corner. I mean, there's going to be a shit ton come rifle, but I will go deep. I don't give a shit. I really will. I'll go a couple miles if I have to. Truly. I have a deer cart now, so it's not that worrisome. For a giant buck, dude, I will absolutely go for.
Yeah, that's my biggest issue is worrying of how deep I go is like, all right, how far do I gotta carry this thing? But I found out I can like what we did with this last one because I'll gut it. And I told Annie just to run to the house to grab some like a rope or something. She brought back a chain, so I just tied that to the rib cage. Found the nearest fence, just went, dragged it through the fence, and just brought my Bronco over to the fence instead of going all the way through our normal way. Just find the
Oh,
nearest
nice.
fence and just go that way. Path of
Perfect.
least
Yeah.
resistance.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Mm. Football has been great. It's been
Yeah. With Mo Dix.
yes, because we're all bow levers over here. It's
Bow
been great.
levers.
Although I'm not, I
Yeah.
will say there's been a lot of games where I've just been like, God damn it, the wheels have come off. We suck.
Yeah.
The
I
plan's
haven't
ruined.
I haven't got to see a lot of Broncos. I haven't even watched a lot of highlights, honestly, of the Broncos. So I'm excited to see when we face them. Are we playing next?
Uh, that's your guys' next game because I want to say you guys have a bye and then us. We have the
Hmm.
Raiders Thursday and then we play you guys.
Oh, okay.
But Patrick Surtain is hurt. Hopefully he's back in time. But we'll see. What we've
God, they've
been
had that guy
doing,
forever.
yeah, he's our best. He's our best player. He's was defensive player of the year last year. And
Wow.
pretty much any receiver he's on is pretty much non-existent for the game. So it's nice having that as a defensive thing. Like you don't have to worry about it. You just have to have, and then if they have another top receiver, just have the other corner and the safety help, and that's it. But we had to have to adjust until he gets back. But I mean,
Yeah.
the with the entire season, we pretty much either dominated the entire game or we've had fourth quarter amazing comebacks. Like the most recent one, the Texans. The biggest one was the Giants one. I don't know if you saw that one because I
I
watched
didn't.
that game. They were down until the fourth quarter, 0-19, I think it was.
Oh my God.
We
Jeez.
scored 33 points in the fourth quarter to win the game.
Holy shit. Way to show up late, man. That's
Yeah,
crazy.
it's been that way. It was the same with the Eagles. I think that was a 17-point comeback though for the Eagles in the fourth quarter. But yeah, if I have some about the adjustments right in
Damn.
the fourth quarter, they kick in, defense steps up even more, and then the offense finally starts clicking.
Wow.
It's been a wild ride.
That is insane. Did you see Jaden Daniels snap his arm on the fucking game he came back to?
I did. Was that the last play of the game? Or
I
for
don't
the
know.
Commanders, I guess? Because I didn't see
I'm not.
I heard he got hurt, but I saw he was the only QB on Commanders who had
Oh,
stats.
fuck. It looks so gross, dude. Oh, it looks so painful. Did you watch it?
I only saw a quick clip and I was like, is this old? Is this new? What is this? Because like I said, I didn't know. I checked the stats. Like, did he get hurt? I was like, no, he was the only QB on the Commanders that got stats. But now I'm wondering, it's like, well, was that their last play?
Hang on. Let me look it up. Let me make sure. I don't want to
So
fuck
I
this up.
do know that that was the
It was
injury,
the
but I don't know
Seahawks.
where. Yeah.
Commanders and Seahawks, right? Yeah.
Hmm.
Dislocated elbow. Yeah. God, it looks so nasty.
Also, did you see Cam Scadabo's injury?
Oh, I heard about it. I heard. That sounds so nasty.
Hmm.
Damn, dude. And he's a rookie, man. Like, come
Yeah.
on. That sucks. Wasn't it his ankle?
Yeah. It looked like it was hanging on by just the skin.
Oh my gosh.
It was like
Damn,
twisted
dude.
around.
His x-rays were negative for fracture. He was injured while trying to brace his fall and is expected to miss several games. He just came back, didn't he?
Yeah, that was his
Isn't that?
first game back because that was they played
Damn.
you guys before this game with
Yeah.
Mariota.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah. Which that dude like came out of nowhere. It's like, what the hell, man? He's never played this good in his life. Um, what else? There's definitely some other football action. Oh yeah, you know what I didn't expect? uh, what's his name? Colts
Daniel
leading the
Jones.
league. Daniel Jones. What the hell,
Yeah.
man?
We played them
God
week
dang.
3, and it was unbelievable then.
Gee, crazy, man. Where
He's
I hate to play them. I'm scared to play them because they're the one team we can't beat. Patrick Mahomes has never beaten the Colts. That's a crazy stat.
I didn't know that stat.
Yeah,
But Daniel Jones, he is playing because just watching him, like he was getting passes off on Patrick Surtain, and it was like the guy was only available for like a second, and somehow that ball only got to him in that second. It's like
it's
how?
crazy.
How is this
Yeah,
happening?
yeah, that is nuts. Damn, they're scary. They're definitely scary this year. Um, who's some other unexpected scaries this season?
Seahawks.
Chargers, Seahawks. I haven't really watched the Seahawks.
They think they have the same uh record as Colts.
7-2 or something like
Yeah, and
that.
they're like
Or
destroying everyone. They're the ones that destroyed the Commanders. Like, and that's the
fuck.
thing. That's why the Commanders are getting shit because like, why did you still have them in the game? You guys were getting destroyed.
Yeah, that's crazy.
But yeah,
Wow.
Chargers. Although I heard Chargers are now down two offensive linemen, including their star Altman
Oh,
for the
that won't be
season.
good. Yeah, that won't be good. Justin Herbert really needs a good O line. But
Hmm.
man, they whooped our ass fair and square. They fucking showed up to that game. Or Chiefs. I say our.
Also, I hate it, but it does seem to be coming. The Patriots.
Oh my gosh, yeah, Drake May.
Hmm.
Fuck, man. That's crazy. Yeah, no way we
So
can
what?
allow that.
It's a wild NFL season.
It is, dude. So many young guys that are looking real awesome. The Jackson Dart dude. Like,
Hmm.
come on. That's just a legacy name there. Similar to like
Yeah,
the Bo Nix. I'm just like, come on, man. These guys are gonna be
that's
playing for till they're fucking 40.
it's like they're born with quarterback names and quarterback
Uh-huh.
faces.
Yep. Absolutely.
Yeah,
Yep. Fun times.
but you know what? You want to talk about some other big things that have been going on, like all this great new music?
Hell yeah. Let's do it, dude. It's been a minute.
What are you guys listening to?
Weekly playlist.
Weekly
Playlist.
Weekly Playlist. Weekly
New music. So technically, we have two playlists, but I feel like there's only really one playlist we want to talk about, and that's this newest one. I
Yeah.
don't know about you.
The, the
The
one
one I
before
sent
was
last Friday.
yeah, the one before was pretty good too, I thought.
It was pretty
No?
good, but I feel like this new one has a lot of
New
I don't know.
one
I was
definitely slays. Yeah. New one certainly slays. Let me bring up the last one too though. I just don't want to I want to make sure I'm not missing. Sorry, phone's loading.
I think I just
Oh
pulled it
yeah,
up.
okay.
DMD 1017.
Okay, yeah. Um I did have a favorite on this one. I had a
Okay.
couple nice mentions actually. So I really enjoyed my favorite was probably Carach Angren. I loved this. I thought this was fucking badass and super fun.
Yeah, this was my favorite as well. Even though it was just an EP, I did think this was probably the best release of that week. The Cult of Kariba.
Yeah, Cult of Kariba, dude. Fucking badass. God, it's so good. I immediately can hear that what's that song? Resurrection of Kariba? No, it's the Ik kom ut het graf
The
one
like
with the
industrial kind of one.
it's got a badass riff in it, dude. I
Ich
actually
komm,
love
ich
this
komm.
EP, man. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's so good. It really is. Like it made me it sounds very theater. It sounds
Yeah,
so theatrical, man. I feel like it's just gonna bring a fucking vibe if you go see it live. Like they gotta
yeah.
put on a show with that, man.
Even just the single, even though it's just an EP, the opening song, like the opening track, it feels like you're listening to a movie of how well done and
Yes.
just huge it sounds.
Yes. I know. It's masterful. It really is. I thought Draw Blood was pretty badass. I think that's just a
Hmm.
really good saying for metal. And it's one of those sayings that's like, I can't believe it hasn't been said before, or like, coined in a song like it has here. Draw
Hmm.
Blood. I was like, that's just fucking badass, man. I don't know. They just really sold me on this one. I just thought it was super, super awesome EP. Carach Angren, man. Yeah, big fan.
Yeah. Yeah, this was awesome. I do wish it was longer because I do love just like
Yes,
how
I
awesome
agree.
it is. But at the same time, I get it because one of those things like it's better to make us want more than to wear out your welcome. So I get it.
I agree. Yeah, I agree, dude. And it's also very wordy. I mean, it sounds theatrical, but he's also I think a big part of that is he's telling a story, and it's
Hmm.
just like clearly he's kind of all over the place. He sounds like a madman of a vocalist. But it's I don't know. I think it's a cool badass elements going on there.
Hmm. Yeah, great EP. Check out Carach Angren's The Cult of Kariba, or Kariba, whatever you want to call it.
Yes.
Um, there was some also. So I added this album. You brought this up, and I added to it. And I think I'm gonna have to say I was wrong. I think you were on to what this album was or the song was about, and that is the Carcosa, the axe forget, the tree remembers. Because I
Yeah.
thought it
Is
was
it the
about like
Lorax?
abuse. It seems to be about like nature and the Lorax
Wow.
pretty much. But
Wow. That's
yeah,
kind of what I was wondering.
yeah, this wasn't too bad. I kind of like this one.
Yeah, man, super fun, dude. I feel like this band is they're one of those bands that just they have a star-studded member, or members. It's just like the vocals are fucking just through the roof ridiculous. The fucking riffage is ridiculous. The sound's ridiculous. They are uber deathcore, it's the very kind of extreme kind of style stuff, but it's very fun. I think it's really cool, really fun. Um I'd say I could do without the cleans, but then like I find myself singing that chorus. The axe forgets the tree remembers. There's just something really fun about it in that song. So yeah, they kind of got me. But I think it's super badass album too, man. Yeah, I really liked it. Fade, I think is really groovy. It's just like badass kind of genty beat.
Yeah, it was a good album, even though I'm not super into this style that much anymore. I do think this was fun, and I do think a borderline Lorax themed metal album is fun.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. I'll take it.
I also
And the
wanted to
cover's
bring up.
pretty sick.
Oh yeah, yeah, they did a good job on this one.
Yeah.
I did want to bring up. I didn't know if you checked this album out. This is a band I really like their previous album. And that is the new album, The Sleeping City by An Abstract Illusion. They're kind of
Mm,
a proggy tech band. Um,
I don't think I did. I think I skipped this one, but I have seen this on a lot of people's year-end lists.
yeah,
Must be pretty
it's
good, huh?
I would say imagine like kind of like if Opeth was techie. Like has got a little. It reminds me a little bit of Opeth, just a little bit more techie and more futuristic-ish. But like super long songs,
Okay.
but it's still like very beautiful and majestic and proggy like Opeth does, but a little bit more of the tech stuff. Top track for me though is probably gonna be like a geyser erupting, ever erupting, because the riff pretty much starts off with the song starts off with the riff, and the riff is makes me think of a geyser just building up pressure, just keeps on going and going, just like the song title suggests. I don't think it's as
That's
good
awesome.
as their previous album, which I think was called Woe, but still, I think this is a good band, and I do think this band could has potential of getting bigger, just with some time.
Hell yeah, I'll have to check this one out.
Um, is there any other tracks you want to or albums you want to highlight on this one?
Yes, absolutely. Disfiguring the Goddess. Little small EP here. Bounce track, Ghost Rider, Galapagos, and Lumora. Super fun, man. Super boppy. I love this dude. Um, I don't know. His videos are hilarious, and it's also really badass tunes, man. So yeah, I really enjoyed that, and I also enjoyed this little EP, 3-song EP from Jerome.
Mm-hmm.
Skull Study. This was for one, badass intro. I don't know. Do you know where this intro's from? Or like the
It's been a minute since I've listened to this. I try to remember. I remember they had a badass intro, but I don't remember what
it's
it was.
or the sample in the intro. So it's from the movie Long Legs with Nicolas Cage, where he
I've
plays
been
like
wanting to see
this
it.
crazy murderer. You should watch it. It's a good watch. It's a good like kind of one of those B-rated Nicolas Cage films. It's one of the worthy ones. I enjoyed it. I thought it was pretty good. Yeah, Nicolas Cage is kind of he's a great lunatic in it. It's very very cool film. But anyways, I really appreciated that little sample in the beginning of this. It's just very kind of psychotic sounding, but yeah, that's Nicolas Cage screaming, "Mommy!" Very weird, but cool way to start it. But man, Jerome, like I listened to this EP and I was like, damn, this is like they're bringing back the deathcore that I really love and miss. It's real chuggy, but it's done so well, so heavy, and it's not too over the top for me. I can take it in with ease. It's just I don't know, man. I thought it was just really fun. Yeah, super sick though.
Hell yeah. There's some other albums on here, but they didn't stick with me super much. And also, there's one I was like, okay, it's good, but it's not. It wasn't what I was hoping for. I was hoping for more, and that would be the new Internal Bleeding, Settle All Scores.
Oh,
I
yeah.
do think it is better than their previous stuff. However, still is not up to where I would say seeing them live is awesome, and I
Yeah.
would still rather see them live than I think sit down and listen to the actual music. I don't really know how to explain it.
This is one I mean, I'm not trying to like talk shit and stuff, but I feel like this is one of those bands where they're like persistently staying independent, but I think a label would probably really do them some good.
Hmm.
And I hope I'm not saying that and they are on a label, but I better make sure. But it just kind of sounds like it's self-recorded, you know? It kind of sounds I don't know. I just think that maybe a label touch might help some.
Yeah.
I don't know. Sounds like it's just real clustered, you know?
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe it's just the energy of the live that just was just so much more captivating. I
It
don't know.
was great.
Yeah, I feel like the whatever they do live is somehow not translating to the actual recordings. Like this one
Yeah, I
does
agree.
sound better recording than they have ever done, but it still doesn't feel like it's not the internal bleeding energy that was what got my attention. So it was okay. It was
They're
okay.
kind of they're like kind of their own blend of slam. I'll say that.
Hmm.
They definitely stay kind of separated from other slam bands, yet they still kind of remain a genre of slam. It's weird.
Hmm.
They're almost kind of like a metalcore slam, if I
Yeah.
dare say. I don't know. I don't know about metalcore, but
I don't want to
I
say
don't
like more
even.
of like a hardcore
Yeah,
slam.
yeah, definitely more hardcore slam. Yeah.
Um, and then also this new Tribal Gaze, it wasn't bad. I actually think it was somewhat good. The new Tribal Gaze Inveighing Brilliance. Um,
Yes, I've heard some tracks off of this. I just didn't get a chance to scope the whole album.
I do like it. I just will say though, one thing I noticed after a while is I'm kind of starting to get tired of this old school death metal sound that these bands keep doing over and over again. I will say this band makes me think of a better version of Frozen Soul.
Mm.
That's what they make me think of. But at this point, I feel like there's so many bands doing this sound. I'm worn out by it. by now. I don't know. That's just my personal taste, but so it's not a bad album. It's actually pretty good. This Inveighing Brilliance. Just for me, I'm just I'm kind of tired of this by now.
Fair enough. Fair enough. You know what album? I'm sorry, I got to call out an album here. It doesn't look like it made a playlist, and I can't believe that I didn't share it with you because it's been one that's prominent in my rotation. Maybe you listened to it. Um, Soulfly's Chama. Have you listened to
Oh,
this
I
yet?
didn't know that was already out.
Yes. Yes,
Ah,
it's out, and it's good.
oh, I'll have to put it on.
It's good, dude. Yeah. You know what? We can throw it on next week's just 'cause.
Okay,
Um, because I really want to delve in. I want you to hear it whenever we delve into it. So I'll wait. I'll hold back my thoughts.
okay,
But yeah, just throwing that out there. It's been heavy in my rotation, but now, yes, I think that's probably it for me on that first playlist.
all right, all right. Then let's move on to the meaty one. This is the playlist for most of this music came out Halloween. One came out the week before, but yeah, this is for me this is the meaty one.
Two
Um,
deathcore veteran bands here in one playlist. That's
yes.
fucking crazy, man. That's stiff competition.
So let me start by asking, what was your favorite release on this playlist? Top one.
Hmm. I would say Despised Icon Shadowwork.
Okay. Okay.
I think they're taking it for me. What about
I
you?
gotcha. Um, I'm gonna say I technically have two, even though I know how I said worded that kind of didn't give you room to say two, but I will say probably Despise Icons Shadow Work, but
Nice.
also for other reasons, I'm also
Okay.
gonna have to go with Primitive Man's Observance.
Mm,
I
nice. I
love
wasn't
both of
expecting that.
these. Um,
Okay.
but first let's talk about Shadow Work. Because I think we're both in agreement. This album is fucking sick.
It's sick, dude. I think it's some of their best work. Some of their best shadow work, one might say. Uh, no, it's super fun, man. I think they did a great job of blending deathcore. They even threw in some black metal in here, with how much they blast. What I really appreciated was the difference in this band's sound from last album to this one. Like it is just the songs are just totally different. They're not just recycling the same cookie cutter shit, album after album like some other bands. And it's just, I really appreciate that. This band is really, sure, they're Despised Icon. Like they're bringing some Despised Icon elements, but it's just, to me, it sounds like very different, songs. And song to song, even, no song sounds the same. So I really appreciate that. With that being said, I think I like Purgatory just a little bit more.
Okay.
Purgatory's kind of more deathcore-ish, whereas this one kind of it's deathcore, but I don't know, it's just got its own flavor, man, But Over My Dead Body is probably still my top song here. It's just super boppy. Love that fucking song. Death of an Artist is great too. Um, yeah, man. I really like this album. I thought it was super fun. And then the double feature on Reaper, I thought was pretty
Hmm.
sick too, man. I wasn't
Yeah.
expecting Scotty and Lewis, but once I heard it, I was like, that's gotta be him, man. Yeah, sure enough. So that was awesome.
Hell yeah. I loved this album, and I've never been super into Despise Icon. In fact, when we did the discography run through, that's when I started to kind of finally warm up to him, get a little bit warmed up to him. Listening to this, I'm fully on board with Despised Icon now. This was
Nice.
I've never had this feeling about Despised Icon until once this opening track Shadow Work started. Is like holy shit, and I do think it has to do with how they led up to this album. They only dropped two singles from what I remember, Over My Dead Body, and I think it was The Apparition. Those two were pretty good, especially Over My Dead Body, but also I saw an interview with the hardcore vocalist. I can't remember his name, Tom Aaron or whatever.
Alex Arian.
Yeah, Alex Arian, where he was talking about what he finds special about his own band is that especially back in those days. They weren't like you have a lot of bands nowadays that focus on like they'll watch YouTube videos to get the drumming technique perfect, their vocal technique perfect. But back when they were starting bands, they would listen to like Cryptopsy, and it's like they weren't perfect. They would just try to figure it out on their own and whatever made it work, and that's what made them special.
That's
There's a
cool.
magic to it, and that's what they kind of stuck with. And it's like, you know what? I fucking love that.
That's real.
That's
Yeah, that's real. That's awesome.
so gave me more respect for Despised Icon and their approach with that, and it made me love this album that much more. This is a great album, and for me, this is I think their best work. The opening track Shadowwork gets me every time. Gets into Over My Dead Body, Death of an
Mhm.
Artist, the Reaper, like you brought up. Although I'm not super into Tom Barber's part, but I love when Scott Ian comes in, Scott Ian Lewis. I
Yeah,
think he should do more because I think his vocals are perfect with Spies Icon.
it was
Even
sick.
the even the song In Memoriam with Mystique, I thought the clean vocals were a little weird, but then the
Mm,
ending breakdown I thought was awesome. This is a all around awesome album. Hats off to
yeah,
you, Despise Icon. You made me a believer.
for sure, man. And like, I don't know. I just feel like they're so set apart, and I feel like you can even look at their title tracks and see that. They're not. You're not getting Oblivion in here. You know what I mean? Like we've,
Hmm.
and I'm not just trying to throw shade at Lorna Shore here, but I just feel like how many bands have a song titled Oblivion now? You know what I mean?
Hmm.
And it's just these just all seem so original, and I just love that. But yeah,
Hell yeah. Probably be on end of the year list. Because I think for me, this is taken no matter what, this is taking the number one spot for best deathcore album for me. It's taken it away from Larcenia Row and Shadow of Intent. This is the best deathcore album for me for the year so far.
yeah,
Uh, yeah, check out Shadowwork by Despised Icon.
that is crazy to think that those came out this year.
Yeah,
Like
I
looking back, wow.
I actually created a playlist of like the best of this year of what I think no matter what if like oh yeah I forgot about that album. So I'll probably go over that a little bit later. We'll talk a little bit more
Okay,
probably
sure.
later. Yeah. Uh,
Um, Up next, tell me about your thoughts on Primitive Man's new release, Observance.
so um. Last time we recorded, I had a day off and I decided, you know what, I'm going to treat myself. Took the kids to the record store and I was like, I originally went to go get like a Bathory, whatever Bathory record they has. Like, I need some more Bathory in my life. They didn't have
Okay.
any, so I just looked at all the metal sections, and sure enough, I found this gem, Primitive Man's Insurmountable. So I thought, you know what,
Wow.
I would love to listen to Primitive Man on vinyl, even if it's one of these ones I haven't really familiar with. What took up the cash register? Cashier was all excited, like, "Oh man, I didn't think anyone was gonna buy this. Awesome! Check out
Really?
his." Yeah, and he's telling me, he was like, the lead singer has another band, Vermin Womb, blah blah blah. We were talking all about Primitive Man,
Damn, that's awesome.
but I
Wow.
realized, like, listening to Primitive Man on vinyl, I was like, "Oh man, this is awesome," because
Is
I
he a
understand
Missouri native?
who.
Sorry.
Oh, Primitive Man?
The yeah. He
No, I think
plays
they're
Missouri
from
a lot, I feel
Denver.
like. Oh, okay.
Yeah, they're from Denver, but I want to say so. Like the main guy. He's also super into like ambient music as well and like noise. So it's also him doing all like the ambient noise stuff in the band. So that's also a big part of it on the vinyl part. So it got me so excited that I decided to also buy uh Immersion and then
Wow.
also
Oh my gosh, you totally fangirled out.
oh yes, I went all in deep and then I got
Damn.
the deluxe
Pockets
Observance.
emptied. Nice.
Yes. And I love this new album. It's so the thing is with selecting both Shadowwork and this because they're both different listening experiences. Despise
Okay.
Icons Shadowwork is like it's a bop, it gets you excited. It's what you listen to metal for. Bruno Man's Observance is an experience. It
Yes,
is
it
a
is.
crushing, depressing experience.
That's the key word that I was looking for that I'd hope you bring up. I remember I started this album at like, I don't know, 7:30 in the morning on my drive to work, and I'm just in my fucking 99 Ford Ranger just listening to and it was the most depressing, cloudy, overcast sky drive to work that I've had in years. And then I listened to it on the way home and it just got more depressing. I was like, oh my gosh, dude. But no, it was cool. I made it all the way through, which I was surprised because I listened to the first two tracks and I felt like I you listen to Primitive Man, or I do. I listen to Primitive Man and I kind of get the gist of, what he's doing. And it's just I guess it's fair to say it's not my cup of tea to sit around for an hour and check it out. But I did. I checked out this one for a depressing hour and I don't know. Yeah, I guess I enjoyed it. I don't know. It's heavy. It's heavy and brutal as shit. But what I did like was the ambient kind of unnerving shit that's going
Mm-hmm.
on. He is really good at that. It's very puts me on edge. It's almost anxiety inducing. Like
Mm-hmm.
the song Social Contract, all you hear is that.
Yeah, the ticking, the
I was like, oh my God, what's happening? Like what is going on? When is it kicking in? And I just was waiting for it to kick in. It takes forever to kick in.
mm-hmm.
I was like, damn, dude. But it's just, yeah, it's a slow burn of an album, man. I'll say that. In a good way. In a good way, it's a slow burn. But they are yeah, man, they're heavy.
Yeah, it's and I'll let me go over these some of these. Two top tracks for me is going to be probably Devotion and Social Contract. Devotion has like these almost like heavenly like highs that kind of oversoar it, and the drums are almost kind of sounding like thunder. That nah, nah, and it's just like yeah, I don't know, something about it is
It's
like
kind of
adding to
war
like the
music
devotion.
almost.
I It is, and it's just it's. I feel like it's supposed to like that. Those. It's almost like you're in a hole, and that sound is like hope, but the drums are just pounding you like no. Might think there's
Yeah,
hope, but there
no,
is
this
no
is hell.
hope.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, it's kind of like trench war music,
hmm
really.
yeah,
Yeah.
and then with Social Contract, like I love that song so much, and I do think because you brought it up, it's building so much fucking tension so well.
Yeah,
And
it's
it finally
crazy.
finally crashes, and then reading the lyrics is like oh, and because I was reading a post by the band like this is the every band says this is the one they're most proud, but they said this is the one they put the most work into because the goal was to make the listener depressed, but it wasn't as a attempt to like it's not supposed to like put depression in the world. It's supposed to be like you listen to this, get depressed, but when you're done, you go out in the world and are happier afterwards. It's to supposed to be the depression you
It's
hold.
supposed to be the worst part of your day.
It's supposed to be like a cathartic
Yeah,
depressing experience, like get it out of you kind of thing. And with
right
Social
on.
Contract, listening to it and then reading the lyrics, it does seem like they're doing so well at using everything they can to get their a message across with because the Social Contract is talking about like there's 450 million guns in America, and also like in addition to that you have all this tension building, so you have all this anxiety, so it's one of those fear of like, and then also the title Social Contract, so it's one of those things like you have everyone around you who is so anxious and so has so much fear in them. They all have guns. You know they have guns. You have guns. What's gonna fucking happen? So it's just like this scary, like
Ticking time
fuck.
bomb.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's like
It's
something's
it,
gonna happen.
and that's it makes that track a masterpiece, really, because like that's the exact I didn't even read lyrics, but it's just that's the exact vibe and feeling that I got, with just reading the title track. If you read the title track and you hear that song, it's tense. It's just it's got to be some serious shit, man.
Hmm.
Like
Yeah.
it's crazy. You did that so well. You really did.
And then I watched the music video, and that's another thing. Like, if you think the music and like the artwork they do is depressing, I've been watching their music videos, and goddamn, they're all
Just
so
as bad.
fucking depressing. I watched
Jeez.
one. I won't get into the other one. I'll get into the I watched Social Contracts music video, and it's even more ramped up to where it's like because all their music videos are violent and depressing, But with this one, it was like the ticking or the clicking or clapping, whatever it's supposed to be. That entire part of the song is just like these like super depressing like current events, violence, social unrest, protests, people getting shot and stuff like that, and stuff like that. And then you realize there's like this like pretty much this meat person like looking thing, and it's watching this TV, and it just has this tube, and it's only watching this TV. And some guy who I guess who was making it just starts like stabbing it, beating the shit out of it. And then you cuts to this like
Jeez.
woman who's like somewhere off, this like rich looking older woman, just happy all she can be. And it keeps cutting back and forth, back and forth. Like, oh, okay. So it's the rich class, poor class, we're all being manipulated, blah, blah, blah. And then she gets in
Wow.
the bathtub and starts bathing in blood. It's like,
Hmm.
oh, okay.
Wow.
Just
Damn.
we're all being manipulated with
Yeah.
anxiety.
Yes. Damn. That is gnarly, man.
Yeah. And
Wow.
also listening to Old Primitive Man, I will say this is the best Primitive Man, I think. Like I listening back to Caustic, Caustic was good for it had good singles, good riffs, but
I
then
think Caustic was good, yeah, if I remember right. That's been the last album that I think I really delved into fully and really enjoyed,
yeah.
or what you can enjoy.
Yeah, it has a lot shorter songs, but has a lot more songs, so it's longer. Immersion was more of like finally delving into like longer songs. But I feel like this one they've actually like it's all long songs, just Iron Sights is the only like short interlude. Everything else is like 10 minutes long or more. Um, but they're finally incorporating everything. They have the atmosphere, the noise, the lyrics match everything great. The artwork is great. I love this album. Sounds great. Check it out.
Oh yeah.
Check out Observance, Primitive Man, and get depressed for a while.
Yes. Hell
But
yeah,
yeah,
man.
yeah.
Um, I want to talk about this one for a little bit. What did you think of, or we ain't gonna put a time limit on it, but Stillbirth's Survival Protocol. Did you listen to it?
I didn't listen to all of it. I didn't mind it too much. I will say I have two thoughts. One, listening to this, I stopped about halfway through and then went and listened to Revive the Throne by Stillbirth to remind myself why I love Stillbirth so much.
Yeah.
And my second thought is this album makes me think of Abiotic's second album and what you said about it. And I thought that what you said about that is true with this. It feels like Stillbirth is trying to pack too much and trying to be too many different things at one time. And that's, I feel like,
Yeah.
my issue with this Stillbirth. But what's your thoughts on Stillbirth's album?
I liked it. I just think that I heard a lot of it before.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I think it's full of almost too much blast. I almost need some more drumming variation in there. I think that's probably my biggest complaint is the drumming. It's just seems like that dude just wants to revert right back to blast and just fucking
Mm-hmm.
full force. I just want to be like, hey, easy, man. Let's fucking change it up a bit, okay? But whatever. I had to skip over songs. There were songs where I was just like, this is just kind of too repetitive almost. But I did find some that I really liked. What I do like is the vocalist when he goes on his tangent fucking runs of different styles. I love that. He's great at the
Mm-hmm.
re
Yeah.
and the uber lows and shit. I love the play in there. He kind of does the other vocal more prominently throughout, but I think if he just mixes it up like crazy, and then if the drummer just takes a little bit chill, a little bit more chill, I think, it'd be there for me. But it was kind of for those reasons a little easy to skim over.
Yeah.
Um, and then I got to Spite's new album. This is New World Killer. And there's some cool stuff in here. I do think I listened to most of this album. I don't know. I didn't hate it. I liked Lights Out, I think is still one of the awesome, most coolest fucking groovy riffage that I've heard of a band this year. Very Meshuggah-esque, so I'm all over it. But Pledge featuring Tyler Shelton from Traders. I was
Hmm.
kind of like, once I seen he was on there, not to like dog on Traders. I like Traders, but they're just very cookie cutter in what they do and kind of one lane in their style. So I was worried, but that's one of my favorites. I love Lights Out, Pledge, featuring him. I think it's a really cool track. And those were definitely the highlights of the album for me. What about you? What do you think of this one?
I only think I listened to like first three songs, and I think it was because I listened to everything in a row at first, and I think I still once I got to Spite, and I heard like the deathcore stuff because originally I loved Lights. I think Lights Out was the single that we reviewed, because I
Hmm.
originally loved that. I love one thing I've always loved about Spite is their energy and their
Yeah.
ferocity they come with stuff. But something about listening to this immediately after Stillbirth and Despised Icon, I was just like, I'm not going to hear a better version of deathcore than Despised Icon right now. If
It's
this would have came out any other week, I
tough
think
competition.
yeah, it's hard. It's overshadowed by the other deathcore band that came out with an album that day. I haven't gone back to yet, but yeah, I probably should. And is Shedding Skin? I see they have a song called Shedding Skin. Is that an original or is that a cover of
I think it's original.
Pantera?
It doesn't
Okay.
sound anything like Pantera, so
Okay.
I mean, I assume, but yeah.
Roger. Okay. Yeah, I haven't checked it out too much because, like I said, it was Despised Icon. It's like I'm not gonna get a better deathcore right now than Despised Icon. So,
Yeah, pretty much.
um, I did add an album on here though. That it's not a new album, but it was a release, Redux 10th anniversary of one of my favorite bands, coming out re-releasing their debut album, Orange Mathematics. What did you think of Orange Mathematics by Frontier? If you checked it out,
Not there for me. This is very much Danza, but not even really the Danza I enjoy. Which, okay, sidetrack here for a minute. I've seen some clips of Danza. They're playing live and stuff. No Joshua Travis to be found. So I'm guessing that Danza really wasn't as centered around Joshua Travis as I had previously thought.
no, because I think he was only on three and four, their last two albums. So I wonder
Mm,
if this new re reincarnation is maybe more focused on the original members. I don't know.
might be. I don't either. I don't follow him enough, but yeah, this Frontier is just it's very in that lane, just kind of like constant. And I was over it pretty quick. I moved on, so
Very
I didn't stick around.
seizure-inducing music.
Yeah, I was like, I'm all right.
I gotcha. Understandable. And then lastly, this last album,
The
technically
one,
it
the
came out,
only.
yeah, it came out the week before, and I think it was the only thing I remember coming out, unless Soulfly came out that day. I was not really focused on music, but I was focused on Acacia Strain, obviously. Um, so I didn't make a playlist, and I assumed you were listening to it. So I was like, why would I send it to him? I already know he's listening to this. Um,
Yeah.
but yeah, Acacia Strain dropped this. It would have been October 24th. Their newest album, You Are Safe from God Here. Um, what's your thoughts?
It kind of fell below the bar for me, man. I think
I gotcha.
that this was really hyped. I had a lot of hype into it. I've actually actively been forcing myself to listen through this all the way through multiple times just to really find what I do like. And I have found that. I really like Morning Star. I think that's a super badass one. And then I want to say Acolyte of the One, I think has some cool shit in it. But that's the problem that I find myself saying with this album. Yeah, it has some cool shit in it. That has some cool
Mm-hmm.
shit in it. No track. This is just, it's a weird Acacia strain for me because the songs don't sound like songs as much as they just sound like a compilation of cool sounds, of cool
Mm-hmm.
tricks. You know what I mean? It's so
Yeah.
weird. Like even a call beyond's just bizarre to me. They start out with that dun 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 dun. It's a badass riff, but they never play it again. It is never repeated, and it's just a sample of deathcore demoing some breakdown styles. And I'm just like, what the hell is it? It kind of threw me off, but I don't know, man. What's your thoughts? Where are you at with it?
So if I were to give this somewhere between a 1 and a 10, I'd probably give this a 7. Because like you said, this is a band we've been hyped on for years now. Um, but I feel like with this album, I'm getting the same vibes I got listening to Behemoth when they came out with Opus, Contra, whatever, and also I Loved You at Your Darkest. This feels like they took leftover songs that didn't make it on
Kind
Step
of
Into the Light,
B-sides.
and they made an album, fleshed an album out of it. That's the feeling of this album for me. Like it's not bad. There's some good stuff here, but it just doesn't feel. Out of their past couple albums, ever since they have kind of stamped things down, got more serious, which I would say was Our Only Sin Was Given Them Names, I think it was called. No, that
Hmm.
was the song.
It
Is
comes
that?
it comes in waves. That was
Yes,
the tracks.
yeah, it comes in waves. So from It Comes in Waves till now, I would say this is somewhere in between It Comes in Waves and Slow Decay when it comes to how good it is. I think it's somewhere in there. It feels like they stepped back in their evolution a little bit. It's not terrible. I do like some parts. I like most of the song The Machine That Bleeds until I think they have two guest vocalists, but same band, God's Hate. There's a
It's a
certain
weird feature.
vocalist. Yeah, certain vocalists sound. Is-
Yeah.
Yeah, it
I was like,
sounds
that's
god
weird.
awful.
Yeah,
You
it's
you
I
heard this
didn't really
guy's band
like
and you
it.
said, "I need that in my song," and then you
Yeah,
heard him in the studio lay that part down. And you're like, "That's the take. That's the one we're gonna put on here."
it
It's
was
just
weird.
weird.
It was weird, yeah. And yeah, it might be one of those things, maybe those bands shouldn't have mixed. I don't know. It's just KC Strain. They're going to do whatever the hell they want. And I love that, they've brought in all kinds of different vocalists. You like the Jesse Nicks on the Slow Decay album. That was a
Hmm.
badass feature. Really different sound, and I think it meshed so good with their sound. But yeah, this one, it just didn't really hit for me, man. But yeah, it kind of really threw me off. But I do. To me, it sounds like a B-sides album of Step Into the Light and a mix of Failure to Follow. Just sounds like,
Hmm.
because I do love the doomy parts that they still brought back to this. The
Hmm.
ending track is very good. It ends almost just similar-esque of Failure Will Follow kind of style.
Hmm.
Doom, doom. And they bring in the bass, at certain times. It's just very Failure Will Follow-esque kind of, but
Yeah.
it just does not go up to the par of those albums, either one for me. But yeah, in the famous words of Lieutenant Crane, you can't always be the shit. So that's kind of where I think that this album lands. I think it's a good saying. But yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. And you know what? If it's what they want to do, it's what they want to do. I get it. And I do like they kind of went back to a little bit of the like anti-religion that they have always kind of sprinkled in their albums. I don't feel like that's been there their past two or three albums. So it does
Yeah.
kind of make sense. Like, you know what? We've been holding it back. Let's just make a whole album of it.
Yeah.
Um, but still,
Yeah. I like that there was even some call outs to It Comes in Waves in here. Because you could tell there's a part where he says something about giving them names again or
yeah.
something
What
like
song
that.
was that? I know what you're talking about. Is it Morningstar or I don't? I do remember. I don't think you're going to make it. I remember liking that one. Is that where it
Oh
says it?
yeah, I think so. Maybe. Let me look it up now. I got the tracks right here. I don't know if they have their lyrics on Spotify. They do.
I do remember. I don't remember which song it does, but there was one time he has a lyric in there, and I was like, "Oh, I hate this lyric." He went back to the dumb, immature, where he says, "You're nothing but a stupid motherfucker" or something like that.
Rotten hell, you dumb motherfuckers.
Yeah. What are we doing? I thought we were
Yeah,
past this.
it's so funny. I thought it was awesome. Rotten, oh you. That was pretty funny. Let me see. Sorry, this phone really sucks, man. Really in the market for a new one. I'm still on the 4G LTE, and I've been really fucking feeling it lately. Oh yeah, okay. So I had an idea with the song I Don't Think You Were Going to Make It. Okay. The lyrics, it just starts out so what I thought he was going to say, he doesn't. And what I thought he was going to say, I think would have rhymed better. But and it's one of those things where how did he not think of that? Like okay, so it starts out when I open my wrist as I lie in the dirt, the ice in my veins will freeze the fucking world. But the ice in my veins will freeze the earth. I think that would have been
Yeah, that I actually
that
just
would have rhymed way better. You know, it was kind of right there, but maybe that's it. Maybe that was too on the nose
maybe
for
he was
him or
intentionally
something.
trying to throw a curveball.
Yeah, maybe. Curveball, yeah, thrown, man. Received. Um, God and devil are one and the same. All the demons are here, and we given them names. That's the following
Yeah.
line. So yeah, I thought the callback to that album was really cool. That album's just that's still a special spot album for me with them. But yeah, man, that's yeah,
Yeah.
cool
It's
release. Yeah,
yeah.
I don't know. Yes.
It's not step into light or failure or follow or slow decay.
Yeah. Yeah.
But it's still I would still probably say it's better than Grave Bloom or
It's still gonna beat a
Death
lot
is
on
the
the
Only
list
Mortal.
for me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah. Other than that, man, that's our playlist. Have you
Yeah.
I mentioned my other rotation, Soulflash Chama. You gotta check it out, dude. It's a cool, absolute awesome tribal groove. I think you'll enjoy it, man. I think you're gonna like it. You've been listening to anything else?
I've been kind of bouncing all around. I did check out this Vermin Womb that the cashier at Stick It in Your Ear told me about, the Primitive Man guy's side project. I thought it was going to be one thing, and I was completely wrong. I thought it was going to be like a dark ambient noise thing. And then I went and clicked on the album, and it was like 10 tracks long, but it was like 7 minutes. Like, that's weird for an ambient thing. And it started, and no, it's take Primitive Man's like distortion and sound, but make it grindcore. And it was
Uh,
like, holy shit.
Once
That
you said
was
it was 7 minutes, I knew that's what it's going to be.
just like,
It's got to be
what?
grindcore.
It's got to be grindcore. Yeah, it was actually better than I thought it was, because whenever I get a suggestion from a random person, it's like, okay, duly noted. I'm not gonna do it, but duly
Yeah,
noted.
I'll check that out.
I'll get right on that. But since I've been in a Primitive Man mood, it's like, you know what? I'll check out this side project, fully anticipating like it's gonna be like I was imagining like Suno or Sun, how I don't know that's what I was anticipating, but no, I was dead wrong.
That's funny.
Um, been listening a little bit of more emo stuff recently, mostly specifically Thursday. Um,
Okay.
oh, I'll save this for the metal news because it's titled metal news. Um, went back to Peeling Flesh. I've been going back to old, not only the two albums we reviewed, but I've been going back to their older stuff, like their EPs, like their splits they've
12
been
gauge
doing.
autopsy.
Most yeah,
That's that's
I think
probably
it
one of my
was.
favorite classics in their whole discography. That song is awesome. 12 gauge autopsy, peeling flesh.
Have you checked out FFWAS?
I don't know if I have. Maybe. I'm not sure.
Face fucked with a shovel.
Oh, well,
I ain't no bitch.
that's awesome. I don't know if I have listened to that one. I mean, it
Or
sounds familiar.
5-layer penetration or burrito or some. What's that one called? I think it's on the same split as 12 gauge autopsy.
Oh, okay. Yes. FWAS. Okay. That's their top played song. Oh, and that has Make a Move on it. Okay. Oh, so that's on Slamaholics Volume 2. So that's a song. I see. With
Yeah.
Simtro, Make a Move, 211, 187, Intrusive Thoughts.
Now I'm trying to find because there's.
They actually have a new release, Peeling Flesh and Hounds of War.
I haven't listened to that yet.
I haven't either. Just dropped Thursday, looks like. Bed Bath Body in the Basement.
Oh, here's the other good one. I got fired today. I'm headed to the casino, which has I love the intro sample. I love you, bitch, and then it has a guitar,
Love
and it's
you,
like
bitch.
I ain't
Yeah.
ever gonna stop loving you, bitch.
It is hilarious. They're one of those bands, dude. Looks like they're releasing shit all the time.
And I think they
Weaker
should.
Massacre. Yeah, I do too.
They got to ride this hype right now, even if it's just like
Yeah.
drop a couple songs here and there, because I feel like they are now becoming the biggest slam band.
I think so, yeah. They're really like taking the throne on it for real.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Um, do you want to get into some metal news?
Yeah, let's do it, dude.
All right. Before we do that, though, that'll be on next episode. So check us out. You can check us out on all of our social media platforms, Spotify, wherever you get your podcasts. Anyway, but yeah, we'll talk about metal news next time. Until then, Death Metal Daddy's out.
See you later.